Well, guys, we need to talk about the January 6th committee. I believe it's been a while since the last time I actually made a video on the January 6th Unselect committee. Now, this committee was supposedly bipartisan, even though we know that it wasn't, because Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, so-called Republicans, were really siding with the Democrats to get Donald Trump. They hated Donald Trump. Nancy Pelosi made a strategic decision to actually put two of the biggest never-Trumpers on that committee. Now, during the hearings of January 6th, the star witness for the Democrats was Cassidy Hutchinson, some lower-tier person in the Trump administration, and she was testifying that Trump tried to grab the will of the beast and go over to the Capitol on January 6th. Now, this woman had no firsthand knowledge. I don't know how in the world she was actually a star witness, but she testified to make Trump look like he was the devil. She was not a star witness. She had no firsthand knowledge. This woman lied. She straight up lied, guys, because I remember back when her testimony was given, that was people in the Secret Service ready to testify against her. And guess what? The J6 committee never heard from them. They didn't want to hear from him because the outcome was already predetermined. Trump was bad. Trump was an insurrectionist. And that's the end of the story. Well, guys, we got some bombshell news here. And I believe that Liz Cheney and these other people on that J6 committee need to be held accountable. So let's talk about it, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member, live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're watching on Rumble, click the join button and get access to the same thing. So here we go. Check this out. Trump's driver on J6 disputes. Infamous claim POTUS tried to grab steering wheel to go to Capitol. Yeah. Now, I don't know how in the world Trump could actually try and grab the steering wheel. I don't even know how that's possible. It did not happen, but Cassidy Hutchinson said that it did happen. So right here it says former President Donald Trump's driver disputed the infamous claim that the former president tried to grab the steering wheel from him on January 6, 2021 and go to the U.S. Capitol, according to a transcript obtained by the New York Times. Following his speech on January 6, 2021, Trump reportedly entered his armored vehicle and began discussing how big the crowd was at his address. Trump then said he wanted to go to the U.S. Capitol, and the president's driver said in an interview with House lawmakers, according to the New York Times. Trump's lead Secret Service agent, Robert Engel, told the president that such a move was not possible because they did not have the plans to do so, the driver told the New York Times. At no point did Trump yell at the driver to go to the Capitol, nor did he lunge for the steering wheel, the driver reportedly testified. Quote, the president was insistent on going to the Capitol, the driver said in the transcript, according to the New York Times. Quote, it was clear to me he wanted to go to the Capitol. He was not screaming at Mr. Engel. He was not screaming at me. Certainly his voice was raised, but it did not seem to me that he was irate. Certainly not. Certainly didn't seem as irate or agitated as he had on the way to the eclipse. Yeah, that's not what Cassidy Hutchinson said. Okay? The driver's testimony contradicts that of Cassidy Hutchinson, a former White House aide to Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows. Hutchinson previously testified that she had heard that the former president had reached for the steering wheel the day of the Capitol riot. Hutchinson told House investigators that Trump had ordered his deputy chief of staff, Tony Ornato, and Engel to take him to the Capitol before then reaching for the steering wheel from the back seat and grabbing Engel by the clavicle. It didn't happen. Quote, "I did not see him reach," the driver told investigators, the New York Times reported. "He never grabbed the steering wheel. I didn't see him, lunge to try to get into the front seat at all. What stood out was the irritation in his voice more than his physical presence." The January 6th committee noted in their final report that Engel did not characterize his account of the day the same way Hutchinson spoke about hers. Quote, "Engel did not characterize the exchange in the vehicle the way Hutchinson described the account she heard from Ornato, and indicated that he did not recall President Trump gesturing towards him," the J6 committee's report stated. Following Hutchinson's testimony, Trump denounced her account of the day. Yeah, this woman lied on President Trump. She lied on President Trump, man. Even a Secret Service driver added that he did not remember seeing Trump was doing. He didn't remember what Trump was doing and if there was any movement in the car, the New York Times reported. Yeah, this is crazy right here. And Liz Cheney is also panicking over here on X. She says, and she put this out this morning, "If your response to Trump's assault on our democracy is to lie and cover up what he did, attack the brave men and women who came forward with the truth, and defend criminals who violently assaulted the Capitol, you need to rethink whose side you're on. Hint is not America's." Yeah, Liz Cheney, man, is a scumbag. And also there's a House Oversight report here, the initial findings saying that the Select Committee was a political stunt. Cheney was vice chair, a position reserved for Democrats. Yeah, like I said, she's a Democrat, man. The Select Committee deleted records and hid evidence. Yeah, look at this here. Thompson and Cheney failed to turn over video recordings of witness interviews and depositions despite using these recordings in their high-profile primetime hearings. Hundreds of files were also deleted days before House Republicans took the majority, including over 100 password-protected and encrypted files. They also hid multiple transcribed interviews of witnesses who had firsthand knowledge of Trump's actions on January 6th. And they also talk about here, the Select Committee promoted star witness Hutchinson's testimony. Hutchinson's sensible story about Trump lunging at steering wheel and SUV at the speech at the eclipse was directly refuted by driver of the SUV. Also, the Select Committee colluded with Fani Willis. Yeah. So there you have it, man. This woman lied. Liz Cheney needs to be held accountable for what she actually did with this January 6th committee. Now, she got voted out of office big time. I mean, this whole J6 committee was completely partisan. They only let the public hear what they wanted them to hear. If it was pro-Trump, oh no, can't hear that. If it was anti-Trump, oh yeah, we can put that in there. Astonishing, right? But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.